One of the major debates in linguistics is how languages are stored in the brains of multilingual speakers. There are essentially two views on how multilingual representations are stored in the mind. The first is a separate multilingual representation model that proposes that languages are stored in separate locations in bilinguals, while the second is a shared multilingual representation model that proposes that separate languages are stored in the same location in the brain. Both of these theories are supported by different pieces of linguistic evidence. A 1979 study by Silverberg and Gordon supports the theory that language-specific linguistic representations are housed in separate brain regions and can therefore be selectively impaired or activated. They looked at two bilingual patients who had suffered strokes that resulted in the impairment of only one of their languages. The first was a 26-year-old woman who was a native Spanish speaker and was also fluent in Hebrew, which she acquired at age 23. She suffered a left parieto-temporal stroke, after which she retained her fluency in Hebrew, but she became non-fluent in her native Spanish. The second patient was a 54-year-old man who was a native Russian speaker and a poor speaker of Hebrew, which he acquired at age 53. After suffering a left posterior frontal stroke, he retained fluency in his native language Russian, but experienced a global aphasia in Hebrew. Contrastingly, the idea that linguistic representations are stored in the same brain region across languages is supported by Roux and Tremoulet 2002. They studied 12 bilingual native French speakers between the ages of 30 and 74 who all had left hemisphere lesions. They applied direct cortical stimulation and found that patients not only showed language-specific anomiacytes, but also shared anomiacytes across two or more of their languages. For example, patients 3 and 9 experienced anomia in French and Occitan at a common site. A combined theory suggests that linguistic representations are based on a set of common cognitive and neural substrates with extra processing needed to control the different languages. This suggests that bilinguals may have enhanced cognitive control, specifically an increased ability in interference suppression and response inhibition. Interference suppression is the ability to ignore distractions, which is responsible for helping multilinguals select language-appropriate words. Response inhibition is executing the dispreferred response, which comes into play when speaking one's non-dominant language.